elect the new student council president, I was approached by a group of students who asked me to run for president. My first reaction was, are you crazy? Don't you know that my English is very poor? All other candidates are girls who have lived in camps. They have great contacts. How can I compete against them? The reply was, your English may not be perfect, but you are a doer. And we believe that bring about the changes the students need in this school to help them achieve their goals. Challenge, and not only was I elected president, but together we brought in so many positive changes that on my graduation day, I was surprised when I received the Governor General's Award of Merit for all the changes and accomplishments we have done. This was the first time that I basically realized and became convinced that Canada is a country of opportunity. Canada is the country of yes, we can. That's why it's Canada. Before I continue with my story, I'd like to share with you some historical facts about Canada, which it seems very few people seem to know. It concerns the little known facts of the Hispanic presence in Canada. This 30th, the province of Ontario proclaimed October as Hispanic Heritage Month to provide a platform for our new community to share and celebrate its culture and traditions with the rest of Canada. Most politicians, mainstream Canadians, and even Hispanics accepted the term and referred to Hispanics as newcomers to Canada. But they are wrong. When they treat us, or we allow ourselves to be treated as newcomers, which for some it means second-class citizens, it is very wrong. We Hispanics should feel we are trailblazers by nature and proven by our historical roots. We are not newcomers to Canada. Did you know that Canada was Hispanic before it was either English or French? I hope that what I just said caught your attention. So here I say it again. Did you know that Canada was Hispanic before it was English or French? Allow me to share some historical facts. Spain had land claims to all of Canada since Christopher Columbus claimed the New World for Spain on October 12, 1492. Therefore, Canada was officially Hispanic in 1492. In 1494, Pope Alexander VI divided the New World between Spain and Portugal. Portugal received the eastern portion of Brazil, and Spain received the rest, which included Canada. Therefore, once again, Canada was officially declared Hispanic in 1494. Hispanics are trailblazers. In 1513, Vasco Núñez de Balboa was the first European to take possession of the Pacific Ocean and adjoining lands, which included British Columbia, for Spain. In 1592, Spanish explorer Juan de Fuca, in the service of the King of Spain, Philip II, explored the Strait of Anian, now known as the Strait of Juan de Fuca, in British Columbia. Hispanics are hardworking entrepreneurs. Spanish people from northwestern Spain, known as the Basques, have been landing in Newfoundland since the 14th century to dry their caught fish, which they caught in the Grand Banks of Newfoundland. As of 1578, the level of English activity was quite small there, the level of English activity was quite small. There were only 4 English vessels versus 100 vessels, Spanish vessels in Newfoundland. Areas of Alaska and British Columbia were explored by Spanish explorers between 1774 and 1793. This was a period of history when it was important for a nation's claims to be backed up by exploration and the first European discovery of particular places. Hispanics are not only great visionaries and explorers, but also pragmatic analysts, cartographers, record keepers, and raconteurs. While it was thought that Sir Francis Drake may have explored the British Columbian coast in 1579, it was Juan Perez who completed the first documented voyage, which took place in 1774. Juan Francisco de la Bodega y Cuadra explored the coast in 1775. In doing so, Perez and Cuadra reasserted the Spanish claim to the Pacific coast, first made by Vasco Núñez de Balboa in 1513. In 1789, a confrontation between Spain and Britain known as the Nootka Crisis nearly led to war, a major war over British Columbia, and the British was peacefully resolved via the Nootka Convention, with both parties retaining their claims until a future solution could be finalized. I think by now you're getting the drift. But I'll stop here because you're probably asking yourself, why is this woman talking about such ancient history in this progressive Congress of Education focused on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? Because power. The first thing we need to know is about ourselves, our roots, our history as individuals and as a community. I am a proud Hispanic. These historical facts should make us all proud of our roots and our presence in this country. It should be a source of strength, inspiration, and motivation. Now that you know that Hispanics are not newcomers, but that our history predates that of the English, French, and most other communities, don't you feel that you can stand as tall as the rest of them? That you are entitled to the same rights and opportunities? Then why not seize them? One of the gravest concerns we as a community face is the large percentage of school dropouts among Hispanic youth. This must be immediately rectified. Events like this Congress are wonderful opportunities for everyone to visualize all the possibilities open to each and every one of you. Students should want to follow them. Parents should want to support them. Remember that even if it takes 3 to 7 years to complete a program, the fact that we do not only enriches us as human beings, but it increases the potential for a better rest of our lives for ourselves and our families. It is really worth the trouble and the effort. As mentioned earlier, I was 14 when I came to Canada, alone. I did not have a parent watching over me to ensure that I do my schoolwork. I chose to do it on my own. I chose to complete my post-secondary education. My will and determination to succeed led me to achieve many wonderful things, such as to found and run an award-winning theater company, to produce and host long-running television programs, to establish the Canadian Hispanic Congress, to organize numerous conferences, festivals, and events, to lead a most dynamic and rewarding life. However, learning has never stopped me. I was 55 years old when I went back to school to do my executive MBA. You're never too old to study and learn. Each and everything I learned opened new doors and empowered me. And I, in turn, have always made sure to share all knowledge, contacts, and opportunities with the Hispanic community, as I consider each one as my family, and I really want them to succeed. And this is why I'm here today, hoping to hit a chord that will make you want to spring into action, to learn as much as possible about all the various professions so that you can choose the one where you believe your heart is, where you can be strong and can succeed. Hard work and discipline are the elements that you have to bring in the mix to make sure that you succeed. Once you have completed your studies, you will be so glad you did. This is what they mean when they say, do what you love doing and you will never work a day of your life. Because when you do what you derive so much pleasure that it never feels like work. You look forward to going to your place of employment and can't wait to get there because everything is so exciting. You look forward and are thrilled with the results of the work you do. Life becomes exhilarating. You become others and your own hero. And true heroes help others, and they know that true happiness is in giving and to helping others. Parents, you must remember that your support and encouragement is vital to help ensure that your children achieve their goals. When studying what they love, their focus should be in their schoolwork because studying should be the focus of their activities, and you should help, support, and encourage them as much as you can. On the other hand, students, you must be independent thinkers and doers. Unfortunately, the reality is that in some families, parents may not be as supportive as we'd like them to be. Obstacles might get in the way of us doing our schoolwork. There might be many perils that could derail us from our education, but it is up to each of us to recognize that no one lives our lives. Blaming others is nothing but a crutch, a cheap excuse. If you want to succeed, you have to do it on your own. If your family and friends are there for you and help you, that is the cherry on top. But the bottom line is, if you want to succeed, you have to make it your own goal, and you must do all it takes to achieve that goal. No one lives your life. There are boundless opportunities for you, incredible role models. What you will learn and inspire you here, opportunities offered by the Pan Am Games. There is so much just waiting for you to discover. And always remember, you are the captain of your own destiny. Enjoy the voyage, harness the winds of success, and may all the very best be yours. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Buenas tardes. En primer lugar, quiero agradecer a la señora Elvira Sánchez de Maliki. Para mí es un gran honor presentarlo, primeramente porque es ecuatoriana como yo. Segundo, porque al leer la biografía de ella y darme cuenta que estoy tan poco tiempo aquí, pero me ha enseñado muchas cosas. Una de ellas es que la mujer latina, si podemos salir adelante, que podemos tomar en ejemplo la vida de ella. Le relataré un poco de la historia de ella. Sus estudios universitarios fueron en la Universidad de Queens. Es la primera presidenta y fundadora de Canadian Hispanic Congress. Su vida laboral y su vida personal ha sido llena de victorias. Tiene muchas virtudes que me engrandecen. En decirle muchísimas gracias por apoyar a los latinos, por siempre tener el trabajo voluntario en los valores de la libertad, responsabilidad, de enseñarnos muchas cosas. Y en este agradecimiento, todos los que hacemos del CEN le queremos dar un regalo. Muchísimas gracias.
Now we're going to have the pleasure of not just hearing from amazing leaders like we've already had since the morning, but we're also going to hear one of our wonderful artists sing. Please put your hands together for Denise.
No, because I took it out because.
Don't play it.
No,
Don't play it.
I'm not playing it. Don't worry.
Hola. Antes de comenzar, yo les quería compartir con ustedes una historia de mí. La vida es llena de sorpresas. Y mi vida comenzó con un hombre. Y es el hombre que es muy amable que está ahí filmándome. Y esta vida comenzó con la decisión de él venir acá, de Guatemala a los Estados Unidos. Y después con mi mamá y creyeron lo que bastantes dicen, ups. Y así vine yo al mundo con una sorpresa. Y esa no fue la única sorpresa. La próxima sorpresa fue de que a los 4 años yo fui diagnosticado con leucemia. Esa fue la próxima sorpresa. Y con esa sorpresa por muchos años hasta los 16 de que yo al fin estaba oficialmente curada, sin el cáncer, sin leucemia, después de muchas batallas de radiación, de quimioterapia, de, de, um, de tratar de hacer mi mamá feliz, porque uno cree que los hijos no miran a sus padres, que no los escuchamos, pero sí estamos escuchando, sí estamos mirando, sí somos rebeldes, pero pues somos jóvenes, tenemos que disfrutar la vida un poquito, pero yo estaba determinada de ser mi mamá, no nada más mi mamá feliz, de que no seguir orándole a Dios de que no nada más por mi vida, pero por, ah, por dar un diploma en mi mano de estar viva, de poder vivir mi vida y de que no nada más andar orando conmigo por mis amigos de que no vivían más que unos meses porque mis amigos estaban a los próximos cuartos del hospital. Y después de tanto inyecciones en la espalda, paralítica, de atrasada en la escuela, y yo nunca fallé, yo seguí adelante, yo peleé, atravesar de lo que los doctores decían de que supuestamente me iba a 30 y 100% es de sobrevivir después de un bone marrow transplant. Pero por un milagro yo nunca necesité ese trasplante. Y con esa determinación yo estoy aquí. Y con eso voy a cantar esta canción. Trying hard to fight these tears, I'm crazy worried. Messing with my head is fear, I'm so sorry. You know you gotta get it out, I can't take it. That's what having friends about. I wanna cry, I can't deny. Tonight I wanna up and hide and get inside. It isn't right. I gotta live in my life. I know I gotta do it. I know I gotta do it. Gotta turn the world into your dance floor. Determinate. Push until you can't and then demand more. Determinate. You and me together we can make the world better. Gotta turn the world into your dance floor. Determinate. Hate to feel this way and waste a day. I gotta get myself on stage. I shouldn't wait or be afraid. The chips will fall where they may. I know I gotta do it. I know I gotta do it. Gotta turn the world into your dance floor. Determinate. Push until you can and then demand more. Determinate. You and me together we can make the world better. Gotta turn the world into your dance floor. Determinate. Rare to bear a glare and stare back to show that you care what they see and think of you as a bear. You have to be strong, grass and sweet. Don't wanna be a Care Bear. Don't want to be a Pooh Bear. Just want to be myself. Gotta turn the world into your dance floor. Determinate. determinate. Push until you can and then demand more. Determinate, determinate. You and me together we can make the world better. Gotta turn the world into your dance floor. Determinate, determinate. Come on in, come on in, come on and get it going. Come on in, come on in, come on and get it going. On the dance floor, on the dance floor, on the dance floor. Determinate.
Just give me a second. This young lady here, this young woman, is my niece. And in the audience is my cousin. Carlos, can you get up for a minute, please? Just stand up. I told them that I was going to be here today, and they said, we are going to bring you support. And I said, I'm fine. I have the support of the community. No, he says, cousin, I love you. And he says, remember, you raised me. Well, that doesn't mean that I'm older than him. Yeah. But this is my cousin. This is my cousin.
We're gonna have another special guest, and then we're gonna have another surprise song from Denise. But now we would like to introduce to you to Mr. Kirk Mark, who is the senior coordinator for the community relationship department for the Toronto Catholic District School Board. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kirk Mark, Senior Coordinator Community Relations for the Toronto Catholic District School Board. First of all, as I do, within my schools and communities, I begin by giving thanks and praise to our Aboriginal communities on whose land we stand, for they have given us much so that we can prosper. And I think in our discussions, no matter what the persuasion is in terms of ethnocultural groups, we have to remember that we occupy space that belong to communities that have prevailed many, many years ago and still continue to exist today, albeit that some of their voices have been marginalized. And we should never forget them as part of the conversation when we're talking about equity and inclusive education, as well as parental engagement. With that, I also bring you greetings on behalf of the Director of Education for the Toronto Catholic District School Board, Mrs. Angela Gauthier, who could not be here today due to a number of conflicts. In fact, I just left her leaving one segment of a program at the central office to head off to another program, and I know that she would have dearly loved to be here, but unfortunately, her schedule couldn't accommodate it. But although she's more prettier than me, she sent me in her stead. So I hope that will do for the next 2 minutes. I want to thank the organizers of this Spanish-speaking Education Network 6th Congress for the work that they have done. We know in community development, there are many people who toil behind the scenes without any praise or compensation for the good of others. And sometimes they do not get acknowledged for that. But there was one lady who I would like to publicly acknowledge based on my knowledge of her work over the last number of years, working on your behalf, working on behalf of communities and schools, and also working in partnership and collaboration with folks in the community. I would like for her to stand, Ms. Estela Cuenca. Give her a round of applause. Now, the reason why I want to publicly acknowledge Ms. Cuenca is that although we have spirited discussions about many things, one always has to remember that we give credit where credit is due, and that we should all take responsibility to make sure that those who are doing the grassroots work get acknowledged for that work. And you bring cultural capital, you bring lots of capital to the discussion, and sometimes institutions do not acknowledge that capital. They do not acknowledge that expertise, and it's unfortunate. But nevertheless, it should not dissuade you from the type of work you do in order to move the agenda forward. Within the agenda, we know that at Toronto Catholic District School Board, we have enacted a Spanish-speaking advisory committee recently. And the purpose of that committee is to bring the voices from different components of the Spanish-speaking diaspora to the board, so that in the end, students who are of Spanish-speaking descent, whether it be from the continent, whether it be from Central or South America or the Caribbean, would have an opportunity to be heard through a few leaders in the diaspora to look at issues of student achievement and well-being, as well as parental engagement. Within that particular context, I will say to you that in education, which is the conduit to all success, it's not an easy thing, because we see similarities with other ethnocultural groups whose voices are not necessarily heard in institutions. But I say to you, the principle of persistence should always resonate within you from the point of view that even though institutions fall short, we know that people from the ground, so to speak, need to be reminding us of our roles and responsibility. Need to be reminding us of our roles and responsibility. And it's an arduous task, because you may end up spending many nights at a central office, Board of Trustees room, waiting for your turn in terms of a deputation to say what you have to say. And then sometimes you leave and you're not quite sure whether or not, those in the position of governance have heard you. But suffice it to say that we see some similarities with other ethnocultural groups whose voices are not heard. And school boards, through the ministry's equity and inclusive education strategy, are now bound to report on how do they know that these things of community engagement and student achievement are working. So I want to say from a bigger perspective that the Ministry of Education now, through the equity and inclusive education strategy and the parental engagement policy, is pushing school boards to be accountable and transparent in their outcomes. In conclusion, I would like to say that the work is challenging, no doubt. Students do need your support. Parents need your support. School boards need your insights. And don't be bashful. If there's a concern, to pick up the phone or march to the governance office to let those concerns be known. In conclusion, once again, I want to thank the Congress for, I should say, the Spanish-Speaking Education Network for having this 6th Annual Congress. We look forward to continued support, and we look forward to continued engagement. Have a pleasant afternoon.
We would like to thank Mr. Kirk for being part of the 6th Educational Congress and present you with a small token.
It's the other ones. It's the other ones now, right?
Now we're gonna have two amazing young ladies singing us a song. Their name is Revival, so please give them a hand.
Can we do it now? Yeah. Okay. Mr. March just spoke about inclusion and diversity and diaspora. In my journey, meeting a lot of leaders in the education system, I have a keen eye to choose and to discover those gems, the educational gems, the people who makes the difference in the life of the students with not knowing what color you are, white, blue, yellow, space, Martian, wherever you come from. And you can see those teachers that they speak with the children with love. And one of those teachers is my very good friend. And I adore her like my daughter and my sister, Veronica. Veronica Gauthier.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us here. We are revived together. My name is Veronica, and this is my sister, Carlene. And I want to just echo Mr. Mark's, or Mr. Mark, as he said, that we need to, what is the phrase? The principle of persistence should always exist. I wrote that down. Because it speaks to what we're singing today, and it speaks to our passion. It speaks to the way that we live our lives. We live our lives for each other, for our children. We don't have kids, but you do. And as parents, we're really encouraged to see that you're out in such a great number to support your children, because at the end of the day, they are our future. They are our greatest investment. And so the time that you spend here today is not time wasted. It is time very well spent. And so today we just want to encourage you through the singing of the song, It's Still I Rise. If we were to see change and growth as a road, it wouldn't be a straight road. It would be a road that has a lot of twists and turns, bends. It goes up and it goes down. It's very challenging. And we need to know at the end of the day that that principle of persistence needs to always exist. And so Still We Rise. We hope you enjoy the song. Sorry about that.
Didn't think it was the right song.
Okay,
Ready?
ready. Oh, yes. Shattered, but I'm not broken. Wounded, but time will heal. Heavy the load, the cross I bear. Lonely the road I trod, I dare. Shaken, but here I stand. I'm weary, still I press on. Long are the nights, those tears I've cried. Dark are the days, no sun in yet still I rise, never to give up, never to give in against all odds, yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I rise. Sometimes I'm troubled, but not in despair, struggling. I make my way through trials. They come to make me strong. I must endure. I must hold on. Yet still I rise, never to give up and never to give in against all odds. Yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I rise above all my problems, above all my eyes can see. No, God is able to strengthen me, to strengthen me, yet still I rise, never to give up, or never to give in against all odds. Yet, yes, still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I need to know which way to go, yet still times I feel low, yet still rise. Yeah, still I rise. Oh, I
Two beautiful voices and truly inspirational. We would also like to say thank you to the two of you for participating in the Sixth Congress of Education. And I don't think I'm gonna say now. But we would really like to thank you and give you a small gift as a token for participating in the Sixth Congress of Education. And before we close up, I would like to invite Denise Montiel for one more performance, since we've had these wonderful young leaders who truly are inspiring, not just by speaking, but with their beautiful voices. So please give it up for Denise Montiel.
Okay, come on.
Todavía no. Primero, les quería decir otra parte de mi historia, algo que le puede pasar a cualquier persona, es destino, ¿verdad? Entonces, con la segunda parte, les quiero decir de que con la música, con el apoyo de los padres y con los amigos, yo logré salir de mi mal salud. Y de mi mal salud siempre me decían una cosa, o como tenía el sistema bajo de salud, usted no puede trabajar con animales porque los animales tienen muchas bacterias. Bueno, yo era una persona de que a mí me dicen de no, eso quiere decir sí. Entonces, lo que tú me dices de no, entonces yo lo voy a hacer. Porque yo en mi mente lo pongo, lo tengo ahí, yo lo puedo hacer. Entonces, eso es lo que hice. Yo fui a la escuela, estudié y yo agarré mi educación de diploma de asistente veterinario, ¿verdad? Y estaba en el pico de mi vida. Y así, encerrar y abrir los ojos, lo perdí todo con un accidente. Y me arruiné los tendones de mis rodillas. Uno parcialmente roto y el otro lastimado, ¿verdad? Y a través con los ayudas de los doctores y de recuperarme, yo nunca pude regresar a lo que yo quisiera porque no tenía la fuerza en mi cuerpo para detener el animal. Y si el animal se escapa, es muy peligroso. Entonces, con esa tristeza, porque esa era mi pasión, eso era lo que yo quería hacer, yo no suelté mi sueño y yo tengo otras cosas que me gustaría hacer. Entonces en eso me puse yo tengo otras metas. Entonces me conseguí mi próxima meta y con eso yo seguí adelante. Y ahora estoy en mi nuevo trabajo, que a mí también me gusta, y mi trabajo también me paga la escuela. Entonces yo puedo hacer lo que a mí me gusta. Tengo que comenzar de nuevo, pero estoy en el camino que yo quiero. I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a great warm welcome will be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be." I will find my way. I can go the distance. I'll be there someday. if I can be strong. I know every mile will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere to feel like I belong. I will beat the odds. I will face the world, fearless, proud, and strong. I can go the distance. And with this light, I'll light not just my path, but yours as well. And together, we will find where we belong. I'm on my way. I can go the distance. I don't care how far. Somehow I'll be strong. I know every mile will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere to feel like I belong.
We would like to thank everyone for coming to the Sex Congress of Education. If I'm not wrong, we are now going to start the afternoon parent workshops in different locations and different rooms. We would like to thank all of the speakers who came here today and Estela Cuenca, along with all of the volunteers and the people who made this a possibility. Estelita, would you like to give a couple of words or first the, okay.
We have the raffle. Did all of you return the la encuesta? Okay, if you can, I will give you a ticket.
So maybe we go there and then so
Quiero concluir esta sección del programa dándole las gracias a Janet Rodríguez, que es la presidente del CEN. ¿Dónde está Janet? Janet. Ok, está afuera porque todas estábamos ocupadas con ciertos assignments. Quiero darle las gracias. Thank you, Scott Mills, for being here since, 5 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much. And he has his family there, his mom, his children, his little young one. Dolly Burbano, that was in charge of the pizza luncheon. Also, el señor Peña, que también ha hecho mucho trabajo voluntario con nosotros. Y todos los estudiantes que realmente sin ellos no hubiésemos podido tampoco llegar acá. Ellos han estado muy cerca de nosotros trabajando todos los días, reuniéndonos con diferentes tareas. Muchas gracias. Los estudiantes no están acá porque están en sus talleres. Los enviamos porque ellos también se tienen que llevar algo más grande de acá el día de hoy. Pero también les quiero dar las gracias a los otros voluntarios. Todos esos voluntarios que hacen que esto tenga éxito y son todos ustedes. Todos ustedes. Sin ustedes, las iniciativas nunca llegan a nunca tendrían éxito. Un aplauso para ustedes. I think I forgot that it was in English. So I am sorry for all those that doesn't speak Spanish and I spoke Spanish. I just wanted to apologize, and I'm just saying that all of us are part of the great team, because without you, we will not be able to be here. Scott Neal, thank you very much. You've been here with your family since 5 o'clock in the morning. And all the students who are taking the workshops this afternoon, because this is their gift, this is the tomorrow, this is the beginning of a new life for them and a new dreams. So it was important that they were going to these workshops and not to be here and hear our thanks, but they know that we are grateful to all the work that they have done for about almost a year. These students came for 40 hours of volunteer work, and they have about 250 hours of volunteer work. They have done an amazing job, and a lot of parents as well that are not here now, but maybe they are outside because they make all this happening. Thank you so much to all of you. We are part of the team, the great team that we met the leaders this morning who are going to continue moving this team forward to a higher grounds, maybe with the new leaders, which the doors are open for. Thank you.
All right, so I think that after the raffle is done, we are each gonna go to different workshops in room BA 1130, room BA 1160, and room BA 1170 with different people who will be speaking. So I think we're going to go now in a small break, and after that, we're going to continue with the workshops for the parents. Thank you, everyone.